Okay, here we are. We're fighting the Soul of Cinder, the last boss of Dark Souls 3. And yes, you might point out that I have not killed all the bosses that are in the final version of Dark Souls 3. And that is because the optional boss of the last DLC and the final boss of the DLC simply, I cannot beat them yet. Possibly not beat them ever. So instead, I show you the final boss of the vanilla game, who is not that bad of a fight, to be totally honest. In fact, I would venture to say, kind of an easy boss. And that's actually because he has many forms he can take. Here he's fighting like a warrior. And he'll do a castery form, he'll do a more agility-based form. And they seem to be random, and he just kind of switches between them as the fight goes on. And, it's kind of an interesting fight, but since it doesn't seem to adjust to how you're playing, that's what makes it kind of not that bad of a boss fight, because, depending on your playstyle and your luck, you might get a super easy fight, or you might get a impossibly hard fight, all depending on luck of the draw. Now, I should note that when you fight him, there's a couple of phases here. Like, you see, he got the health down, now he's back, and he's more aggressive. I guess that was supposed to take you by surprise, but given how easy the first phase was, I was like, okay, that can't be it. Although then again, Dark Souls games, Souls games in general, final boss fights usually not that bad. Lord Gwyn in the first game, definitely not the hardest boss in that game, not by a long shot. Yeah, and there you see me die. I was talking about how easy this fight is, and there's me dying. But it's okay, folks. That's just a fake out. As I run right back in. Yeah, I should note that at some point in the future, I might post boss fights for the last two bosses. But at this point, I don't have any definite plans to do that because, as I've said, I don't seem to be able to beat them. And I'm sure if I ground a little more to get my soul level up, probably could beat him, but at the moment I just don't have that in me. Now I am going to keep those on the back burner though, so you may see those fights in the future, but I'm not promising anything and certainly not giving you a time frame that might occur in. Instead, you get this boss fight now. Now it should be noted, I have a few more videos coming down. I got some stuff related to Batman Arkham City. Not a whole lot. It's not like a whole playthrough like Dark Souls 3 was. I also have Dark Souls 2 is the next thing I'm working on. I already have a bunch of boss fights recorded for Dark Souls 2. So it's going to be a lot more Souls content in the future. After Dark Souls 2, I honestly don't know what's next. I guess I could do Bloodborne and just, keep up with the Souls-like content. But I haven't decided yet. I've also thought about doing some of the Mega Man Legacy collection. The first one, not the second one. I'm not sure which games from that I would do, or if I would show the whole level or just the boss fights. Yeah, that's just something that I have, in the back pocket right now. If anyone has any feedback about what I should do next, or stuff they'd like to see, I'd love to hear it. Yeah, I know I'm not talking too much about this fight because it's honestly not that interesting of a fight. Okay, now we're back into phase 2. And spoilers, I succeed now. See, but it's like, look at how much just like a couple of casts hurt him. If your intent is like me to just not get near him, this is a very easy boss fight regardless of what style of play he's using. I think that was a lost opportunity though. They just made it so it like sees how you're playing, and then would adjust to a strategy that was strong against what you were doing. That would have much helped with this boss fight, make it more easy. Now, it also would have made it much more frustrating for a lot of people, I'm sure, because, truth be told, none of the bosses in Souls games, I think, have ever adjusted to your playstyle. And I know that's also very difficult to program. Doing AI that way is just a mess, and usually doesn't end up coming off that good. So, yeah. There's a dead soul of Cinder. Little part of me is sad to be done with Dark Souls 3 because, truth be told, I love this game. But we're done with it for now.